Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my Robinhood portfolio. What I thought I would do now is talk a little bit about how to qualify for a dividend payment. A lot of you guys have been asking about ex-dividend dates, record dates, payment dates, how to qualify for a dividend, how long do I need to hold a stock to get the dividend. So I thought I'd just briefly go through and remind you guys of some of the important dates surrounding a dividend and how to qualify for a dividend payment. So I'll be using this stock here as an example, PSEC, Prospect Capital Corporation. This is a closed-end fund, or CEF, that provides a monthly dividend. You can see on the bottom here my dividend payments. I've had this stock for quite some time. One of the first stocks I bought. You can see every month I get a $2.58 payment there. It's got a great dividend yield as well, 12.787%. So this is one of those closed-end funds with high risk, high reward. It's got a great dividend payment monthly. However, the price of these stocks can be quite volatile over the long term, and you can see that reflected here. Quite a dramatic uptick here over the last couple years or so, really over the last year. So how do you qualify for the dividend payment for this particular stock? Well, there's a number of different dates that the company will announce. So declaration date is when they will say how much they are giving for a dividend, as well as the ex-dividend record date and payment date. So the important date that dividend investors need to take a look at is the ex-dividend date. So the ex-dividend date is the date that you need to be holding the stock to qualify for the dividend. You need to be holding it at the start of trading. So for this particular stock, the next dividend date is 3/29 or March 29th. So essentially, you'll be needing to hold this stock at close of trade 3/28. And then on the opening bell on the 29th, you'll hold the stock, you'll qualify for the dividend, and then essentially you can sell off after that. So you don't need to hold that entire dividend day. So 3/29 is a dividend day on this particular stock. You can hold it 3/28, essentially before closing bell, hold it through the overnight. As soon as the opening bell opens up, you basically have qualified for the dividend. You can sell off after that. If you want to sell at 9:01 Eastern Standard Time, after having bought at 3:59 Eastern Standard Time the day before, you qualify for the dividend, and really holding it only for a couple minutes during active trading. That's all you need to do. But the other big caveat is that the dividend payment will decrease the price of the stock automatically. So for this particular stock here, let's just say it had a special dividend of $1. On the 28th, it would be trading at 9:02 closing. On the 29th, when the stock opens, it'll automatically start trading at 8:02. The stockbroker, not the brokerage accounts, the stock exchanges will automatically decrease the stock by the price of the dividend. So I hope that makes some sense to you guys. So ex-dividend date is the date you really need to take a look at. The record date is typically 2 days after the ex-dividend date. That's when the companies will put your name down in the books as the rightful shareholder for that dividend. But the ex-dividend date is where they take that date from. So again, for this particular stock, the ex-dividend date is on the 29th. You'd have to hold on the 28th. And if the 29th is on a Monday, then you would have to hold on that last business day on Friday. But for this stock, the 29th is ex-dividend date. You need to hold at the close on the 28th. On the 29th, you can go ahead and sell off. And then at a later date, the payment date, you'll receive that dividend based off your name being recorded on a record date that is typically 2 days after the ex-dividend date. But for a little bit more simplicity, all you need to know is the ex-dividend date. You need to buy on the day before the ex-dividend date, and then on the ex-dividend date, you can go ahead and sell off, and you'll qualify for the dividend. So you don't need to hold the stock for a period of time at all. You don't even need to hold for the entire ex-dividend day. You just need to hold before the trading on that ex-dividend day. Once you do that, you qualify, you can sell off, and then move on. If you're doing a dividend capture strategy, the same thing works, but the only caveat is that the exchanges will decrease the price of the stock by the dividend amount on the ex-dividend day. So hope that makes sense to you guys. If you guys have any questions about that, let me know. Really, the ex-dividend date, once you do a few stocks and once you qualify for a few dividends, it's pretty easy to kind of figure out some of these days when to jump into a stock to qualify for a dividend. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about that, let me know. Kind of with that, I'll end the video. As always, if you enjoyed my videos, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys have been learning as much as I have been learning. And until next video, we'll see you then.